We now go back to view the colonnade scenes on the northern, right, side. Although the majority of the upper scenes on its walls have been destroyed, they can still be traced with some difficulty. These scenes depict Queen Hatshepsut's coronation. On the upper portion of the southern wall, left, we see Queen Hatshepsut, completely removed, in the midst of both the gods Amun and Rehorakti, who are purifying her. A second scene shows the god Amun sitting and presenting the infant Hatshepsut to the gods of the south and the gods of the north. The gathering of gods and goddesses is finally depicted on the wall. They are arranged in 2 rows in front of Amun-Re, the king of the gods. On the upper row are arranged Osiris, his wife Isis, and their son Horus, followed by gods Nephthys, Set, then Hathor. The remaining gods of the assembly, Mentu, Bennu, Shu, Tepnet, Geb, and Nut, are shown in the lower row. Moving to the western wall, we now follow the upper scenes, first from the south, left, to the north, right. In the center of these scenes is Queen Hatshepsut, removed, placed between 2 goddesses, Hathor, on the left, facing the god Anu, lord of Heliopolis, and the goddess Shit, on the right, behind him, giving upon her the years of eternity. Next, we see Hatshepsut crowned before the throned god Amun, imitating the look of men. In the center of them is a figure that has been completely removed and may be the priest Ionmudef. There are 3 rows behind Hatshepsut, with 3 figures in each row representing the gods' souls. The gods of the southern shrine of Nekhen are depicted on the top register with human bodies and jackal heads. The middle register represents the souls of Buto, the gods of the northern shrine, who are depicted with human bodies and the heads of hawks. The lower register represents the souls of gods, and behind the 3 registers sat the goddess Shit and the god Jehudi. Both recorded the queen's coronation ceremonies on the special board. Following that, 9 prominent politicians, arranged in 3 rows, witnessed the coronation of Queen Hatshepsut by Thutmose I. At the eastern wall's end, we witness the queen being led by the priest Ionmutep to be purified in the hallowed chamber Birwer, where she is purified by one of the gods using a vase shaped like the life sign Ankh. The bottom scenes on the western wall depict Queen Hatshepsut's sacred birth and are also arranged from south to north, left to right. Alongside the god Amun is Jehudi. Then the god Jehudi brings Amun, both of whom are nearly fully disfigured, to the mother of Hatshepsut, Queen Amos's bedroom to sleep with her. The Egyptian artist was able to capture this relationship with the utmost tenderness, beauty, and sanctity. He represented Amun's lying down with Queen Amos as he was seated in front of her, offering her the Ankh sign of life with one hand to her nose. This could imply that he is giving her the breath of life and presenting with his other hand the signs Ankh and Was, which stand for wishing her life and prosperity. Amun and Queen Amos were seated on the pet sign of the sky. This could mean that they were carried across the sky on the palms of 2 goddesses who were seated on a lion-headed bed. After that, the god Amun then gives the god Num the command to shape Hatshepsut and her soul, Kot, on the potter's wheel. The child Hatshepsut and her spirit were then given the sign of life, i.e. the breath of life, by the frog-headed goddess Heket. Subsequently, the deity Jehudi notifies Queen Amos that she is going to give birth, and finally, the god Nu and the goddess Heket guide the soon-to-be mother and who is about to deliver her baby, to the delivery chamber. Observe the intended height of the abdomen as proof of the imminent birth. Sacred birth scenes are shown on the northern row, right, of the western wall of the birth colonnade. We see the queen sitting with the child Hatshepsut in the upper row on a bench among 3 rows of gods and goddesses, some of whom took human forms and some of whom were depicted with animal heads, a crocodile, a jackal, a ram, and the falcon, Horus, in addition to the goddess Taurat, meaning the great, who took the form of a female hippopotamus. The queen's seat was placed atop a lion-headed bed, which was placed atop an even larger bed with a lion's head, and upon which sat an assembly of gods and goddesses. The spirits of the cities Pe in the Delta and Nekhen in Upper Egypt, represented as falcon-headed and jackals-headed, respectively, along with the god Bes, the goddess Isis, and her sister Nephthys, are among the most significant deities taking part in the celebration. The goddess Meskenet, depicted sitting on the right, oversaw the holy birth. The deity Amun is then seen seated with the infant in front of the goddess Hathor, who is also sitting, and the goddess Selkut, who is standing, behind her. This is after the goddess Hathor brings the child Hatshepsut to the god Amun. Then, in front of a few goddesses, we witness Queen Ahmose with her maidservant nursing the infant Hatshepsut standing behind her. Then, on a bed topped with a lion's head, we see two figures, each with the head of the cow Hathor, nursing the infant and her soul. Two cows are seen beneath the bed, providing milk for the two infants. The final scene in the northern corner, right, shows the god Iat, the milkman and milk supplier. He is seen with a pot of milk on his head, behind the god Habi, the god of the Nile. The two infants are presented before three gods dressed in Osirian clothing, and then the god Jehudi gives the two infants to the god Amun. The god No precedes the god Anubis, who is depicted holding a disc on the colonnade's northern wall. In front of them is a group of gods that presents the child and her soul, Ka, to the goddess Shit, who records the period of the two children's lives on earth. The god Habi is behind her, which may suggest that he is in charge of providing her food and drink as the great god of the Nile.